Turning towards the sound of shoes clacking on the floor, we found strange figures wearing animal masks staring directly at us. Kira? That presence. It is kinda like Papa's. Oh, that's not good. Ain't no way! That's not a raid boss we can clear at our level! We gotta get out of here right away! It's not that simple. Retreating is not a viable solution here. This door is connected to the House of Spiders. Escaping without installing a security system will invite pursuit. We must stall them until Alan is ready to initiate the lockdown sequence. It's true. As tension thickened, one of the strangers who wore particularly bone masks has stepped forward. The voice that spoke to us carries equal part curiosity and delight. Why are you delighted? Oh, so you've came through that door. Then the house fall wasn't just a baseless room. A stray little spiderling, fallen from her parents' bed. How many years has it been? Spiderling? You. Just who are you? Ah, right. It makes sense that you would fail to recognize me. I used to wear a different mask back when I used to visit you as your tutor, didn't I? A wolf if memory serves right. You were one of her tutors as well? Oh, that's not good. Yes, that must have been when I was quite captivated by the sensation of tearing into raw, still trashing flesh of living prey. And the predator's ferocious yet carnivorous resonating howl. Yeah, that rings a bell. You're that maestro whose lesson had a 3-hour sermon praising the intensity of primary colors and the strength of living creatures. Benoit, was it? That's right, Emile Benoit. And they say that you can't hatch a phoenix from a chicken egg. Doesn't really always apply, I see. Looks like that mind of yours is still sly as a raven, unlike your nurse fathers. Don't presume. I only remember you because of the tactility of height and guts made for a passable AV. First glance, it looks like Ryoshu was casually taking a trip down memory lane with the maestro. But I had a feeling that she was in fact dragging this out on purpose in order to buy us some time. That lockdown sequence thing, how much longer do we need to wait for it? Young Hohenheim, the lockdown— No, why are you— Ah! Don! Who had been shooting the ring members in incertain glare, sparked by the discovery of the Kindred's eye, swiftly narrate my words to Hohenheim without even a hint of her early shenanigans. To at least whisper it! I'm pretty sure we don't want them to know that! I'm afraid the procedure and speed of the lockdown sequence lies in Alan's hands and not mine. It is by its nature a time-consuming work. We cannot expect haste at all. Perhaps that does make this a suitable junction to try a plan A. What do you mean with plan A? Any suggestion that involves Dawn removing her shoes will not be dignified even a serious discussion. Instead, maybe what Hohenheim had in mind had nothing to do with Dawn's shoes, because he opened his mouth as though he was about to return to Faust's category's rejection. But the moment he followed Faust's eyes and saw what he was looking at, he quietly shut his mouth and says nothing further. Why are you suggesting the sword? I mean, we could try it out, but still, every time she swings this thing, she's forced to forget something. I'm not entirely sure if ARAYA can stop that. Fate in potentiality is not something that I dislike. As for this, however, this seems more like grasping at straws. The end of the gaze was Ryoshu's blade. ARAYA Shika. Oh god. Seriously, we can't use it! It's too dangerous! It's just as dangerous as the shoes! Well, I was going to try using it anyways. I've long wanted to see if a maestro's death is any different. Telling him that we were just about to leave isn't going to work, will it? No, it won't. every individual present here would be quite a fascinating specimen to the artists of the ring. We are practically a windfall of inspiration, a material that has so conveniently been delivered to them. It is improbable that they will allow us to even return unharmed. Faust is right. She and Hohenheim are genius, and Ryoshu is the wielder of the legendary ARAYA. Dawn over here is a kindred of a higher generation, and I happen to house a golden barrow inside of my head. We are all very luxurious materials. I have no idea how much information the ring has on us, but even if they knew nothing at all, they wouldn't really let us go that easily. Are you sure about this, Ryoshu? It is dangerous. It doesn't matter if I'm SAT or not, Locke. Think of that woman as Lee Heng, and do as it did in HC's mention. I'll take care of the rest. Alright then. That's probably our best shot then. What Ryoshu means was quite clear. Resonate with the Golden Barrow, secure an advantage to fight on equal footing, then catch them off guard by slowing down the flow of time. A cut from the ARAYA, even if it doesn't give us a real fighting chance, might at least stall the Maestro long enough to give us the time to get away. This floor is the exhibit only houses submission from students and docents. But if you look closely enough, there are some passable ones that show the promise of excellency as well. And above all, this is the gallery of the School of Phosphorus, and mine, the gallery of Emile Benoit. Which is why I would prefer to take you without unnecessary fight, if possible. A shame. Still, we are talking about unique relics here, a masterless one at that. Acquiring the Arashiki makes it worth the cost. You want a taste? Ryoshu? Confusion flickers across Ryoshu's face as she tries to unsheath her blades. What? What's the matter? How? The lock the House of Spider used to bind Arashiki no longer exists. So why... You cannot cheat it? Why can I draw this blade? Is it ARAYA? Is she trying to stop her mother from forgetting even more? But ARAYA! She might die here! Well, now that is unexpected. So the rumors of you mastering that relic, were they indeed false? Hey! The Maestro only gave a loose swing of her arm, but it was enough to make Ryoshu recoil. A shadow of surprise crosses her face. Just how strong is she now? Or him? The wound looks like nothing more than a slight gash, yet the Maestro's contemplative gaze shifts between the blood on Ryoshu's arm and her own, as though the attack had been an experiment to prove the hypothesis. It wasn't hard to guess what she was thinking at all. Noticed, did you? I had my doubts from the moment that I saw you today. Was the House of Spider a success, or maybe a failure? Tell me, Yoshihide, what do you think a serpent's defining strength is? What are you on about now? Serpent? Poison? Ask any student, and they will give the same predictable answer. The deadly venom, the sleek scale. Why? It is lamentably disappointing. Well, if it's not the poison or the scale, then maybe the reach. The ability to swiftly dodge most attacks, because they're so slick. Oh well. The Maestro advances towards us with an assuring certainty, then seizing a beige thread tangling from the ceiling. No, calling it a mere thread would be wrong. It was something that resembles a thread. It felt much more disturbing. I, for one, have a particular liking for the jaws and the spine. The flexibility of the spine, linking like a chain, and the jaw, bound not by bones but the ligaments that allow the animals to swallow its prey whole. Perhaps I should have said that I admire their structural refinement. The thrice-coiled ring on her ring finger gave off a cold glint, and the walls and the ceiling suddenly began to echo with the sickening crunch and crack of flesh and bone assembling. What the hell is that now? Which brings me to ask, what better way to claim this delivery of promised material with a single bite than a work of art fashioned from a snake? The maestro plunks her arm into the long, serpent body of the monster. Her sheer presence radiates a pressure as oppressive as that of a nurse father, only more primal and untempered. Consider this a privilege. This is the first time that this piece has ever been exhibited to an outsider. Oh no, hold on, is the lockdown sequence ready by now? 1 minute to go, step aside. The attack from the ego gear Hohenheim hastily brandished didn't even last a moment. The weapon was knocked from his hand. God damn it! And she's still trying to pull it! It's just not working! Kira! Kira! As I scrambled to equip the sinners with their identities, something abruptly stopped the beast-like appendant midway for its hurling motion. And the one who intercepted the blow. Go sit! Kira! Hold on! Was Kira struggling to push back against the serpent arm with her still sealed blades. Kira? Did she suddenly have a change of heart or something that I wasn't aware of? Perhaps. Shit! This was the plan at all! Obviously not. She wouldn't have changed her mind that quickly, at least. Because the look on her face couldn't be anything other than that of utter regret. The middle, huh? For someone who doesn't seem to be a proper member at all. You're inked quite the qualities of the twos onto your staff. You must have been the new kid that Matthias took in. Why do you stand in my way? Fuck if I know! I'm already regretting it already! Damn it! They are definitely gonna ditch me here! Why did I even do this? Must be instinct taking over. Couldn't fully shake off the opponent's killing intent at all, so the body chose to clash head first. So the behavior's facet of the psyche can be controlled with suitable training. This is quite unexpected data, but useful for sure. That's true. Shut up, mister! Quit shapping and let me use my blade! I need it! A forest size and ready, lifting logs, now. Kira's terminal weapons emerged from the sheet with a metallic clank. She used the recoil of the motion to skid back and assume a defensive stance. Naturally, that broken Benoit's arm from the deadlock as well. The maestro lashed out again, that monstrous limb. But... huh? It's foul injustice to strike against an unprepared opponent in a duel! Behold, for I shall allow thee a glimpse of the baddest form that only the most renowned fixer has displayed through the ages! Seeing an opening, Dawn slams into the arms with her full might, knocking it off its trajectory. Predictably, however, the sheer force of the maestro's attack instantly reduced her to a red sludge of flesh and bones, sending her remains crashing into the door. Of course! It's too much power! It's too much power!
Ready to initiate the lockdown sequence. I will seal the door immediately upon your exit.
Everyone, to the door! Faust, retrieve the organic mass free! Right! Wait, what about Kira? As Faust made her exit with what was once Dawn, the student of the ring surrounded Kira, barring her way out. A hollow shackle slips out of her lips. I called it for real. This is exactly why they didn't want to get involved in the first place. Taking back Kira with us would mean having a sizable force of ring trails right behind us through the door. Kira too seemed to have realized the risk that no one in their right mind would want to take. She lowered her head in defeat, as though she knew fully well the fate that awaits her. I'm such a dumbass. What was I even thinking, diving in like that? Oh, don't you worry. We're not going to lose it like this. Let's just stand there, get over here, now! What? But these guys are going to flood in with us and... Hey, you! TTM! Want to get cleaved in half again? If you're going to pin this on me later, you're going to pay. I'm just saying. Blocking the maestro's arm by a hair as it came down on her again, Kira hurled herself towards the door with every bit of strength that she could muster. Together with the other students, apparently? More than a few students rushed in through the doorway, chasing after the sinner who had gone in ahead. But lockdown sequence complete. All backdoor links have been cut. Fortunately, Alan managed to sever the connection between the two backdoors before the maestro could come across. Ah, that's good. The students are probably fine, but you don't want to deal with the maestro. Hey, Ballcut! Think you can still use your arm? I'm fine. So she says. Is that a smile? Kira would be strong enough additionally to fight for us, but the ring members that have managed to cross form a rather sizable force. Fighting them off with just the sinners I have at my side would not really be the best course of our actions. In that case... Guys, I assume you're all available right now, right? As soon as I called out the other sinners, their voices come through Hohenheim's radio, one after another.
Yeah, I guess so. Ready for your orders, Executive Manager? I orders and prepare to answer your call whenever, wherever you need it.
Of course, Otis.
Wait, hang on. I just need to finish this bite. Give me 1 second.
Everyone, to me! You need to wait with your dinner for later, Rodion. I'm sorry, but this takes priority. This takes priority! Doesn't seem like we've mastered the Markov's power yet. It is there, but it's unstable. Very unstable. Anyways, let me see. What do you guys have? Bleed and sinking. Great! We love that. We absolutely love that. Bold colors? When hit, gain bleed potency of every stack. Gain defensive level down next turn for every stack. See. Why is there lore hidden in the attacks? Oh no, is that going to be common from now on? Do I have to double check every single enemy? I mean, I'm already doing that, but now I need to be even more efficient. Some say that the ring's paint is made from the same base material as augmentation tattoo. They are both nigh indelible pigments that take considerable effort to erase, let alone bleach. You see, anything in the other skills? No, it's just in that specific color, I see. So the ring are using tattoos as well, just in a different form. That is good to know. What about the passives? Before hitting, if the target does not have bleed, inflict 3 bleed count. Once per turn per enemy. So if I don't have any sort of bleed, this is going to give me discount. On hit with a skill, inflict molten color. An additional attack power for every 4 colors. 2 times per turn. The first step is always but a single animal. And with every quest of art and fertility, another beast is layered atop the previous specimen. They're building chimeras or something. When this unit or an ally is hit, gain defensive level up. They protect each other. Okay, and what about the wing owl goat thing? Different color. If the middle uses that tattoo for self-augmentation, does it make the ring's tattoo more branded than that? Forcefully applied, weaken their enemies. Are they giving us the molten colors? Huh. Apparently they are. Alright. It's still the same effect though. Bleed and sinking. The target has 5 molten color. convert all the coins into unbreakable. I want to avoid that. If I can help it at least. And they get fast after a while. Okay. For hitting, if the target does not have sinking, they apply a sinking count. More bolted colors. If the unit has haste, inflict additional colors. That's not good. Gain 1 haste next turn for every 4 colors inflicted. 2 per turn. There are beasts that fall in and out of Rouge within the school of Force Zone. Yes, but a true artist must take a fierce pride in that single animal as the underdrawing which best represents their unique self. Despite this wisdom, however, there are some who flinch from beast to beast, as though the self is nothing more than a costume to be worn, then discarded. Let's see. If this unit speed is faster than the target, gain additional clash power. And if anybody kills them, they inflict blue onto random enemies. That's good to know. Alright. She also inflicted stuff. Is there lore in her abilities as well? Technically speaking, since she is technically a ring. Guess not. Oh well. Have fun, Rodion, I would say. In the meantime, I'll just hope that the others are not going to struggle that badly. For now, I'm just going to build my strength. I need some speed on Honglu. Honglu needs additional speed, otherwise I can't really make full use of his strongest skill. And without haste, it's rather difficult for him to achieve that. I'm never that lucky after all. I'm never that lucky. Oh hey! Oh look at that! We are that lucky! 22 on every single class! Great! We do get sinking now, but still, that's great! Oh, and Kira is also fighting! Does she have lore as well? I should double check on her. I should definitely double check on her. Oh, she's quite strong. A bunch of unbreakable dice as well. Great! Okay. Bit of bleed, this is going to help us out. Kira, are you hiding something in... Okay. In your passives? It doesn't seem like you belong to the middle anymore. You still have the tattoos, but the middle is crossed out. Crutch is also kinda gone. Now it's her own crutch. Terminal plate has nothing. Board attack. Oh, it doesn't seem like there's anything anywhere. No story whatsoever. The passes are pretty much the same. Okay, that's fine. It's just fine. Okay, I kinda wanna charge my arrow. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to allow me to do that. I definitely need to get my speed though. Which means I need to start with orange first. We're just going to go on a rampage for now. Going to boost them a little. 3 damage. Well, that guy is about to get staggered, so I don't really need a higher roll for now. An 18! Alright. Have fun, Sinclair! Just have fun! Okay. Never mind. I think Faust has no issues whatsoever to prepare her arrows. There we go. After all, she was faster. Nobody could intercept her. Next. That is not enough damage. But I will take it. Ryoshu comes along for the finishing touch. Which means I have to go for purple after all. 14 strong enough. I don't know if we can get a higher roll on the purple skills. We go for lightning instead. The speed is exactly on 6, so that's fine. Let's go for the high roll again. I'm gonna save the... claim their bones, heal their bones for later. Now we're definitely going to go for a shot and see how it goes. Ah! Great! That was low roll! Oh, that's not good! Oh well, it's fine. It was a good attempt, Faust. It was a good attempt. Okay. Kira, are you going to finish him off? Oh my god, 18! Yeah, she does a ton of damage. It was a good idea to keep her around. Definitely. It's a good idea to keep her around. Maybe we can teach her a couple of lessons. Right? What actual loyalty means. He would probably appreciate that. We've already formed a family with our sinners. We can definitely add another one that is kind of like Ishmael and Don. Ishmael and Don in one character, actually. So let's see. 18. Orange is more than enough. Just goes through. If I use guard twice, am I able to prone 2 arrows? Or is it an action that only works once? Oh. Not sure. But either way, I'm going to prone another arrow. I need it. Gives me priority. Priority abilities are relatively rare. Oh my god. 20? Do we actually need to fight at all? It kind of seems like Kira could solo them if she wanted to. She's so strong, but at the same time, they do afflict us with sinking and bleed. Just by clashing. And it's pretty much unavoidable as well. Unless, of course, maybe if they're staggered, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to stop their passive from working. Oh well. Another arrow is ready. A couple of guys have died. Lovely. 26, 13, 65 is good. Just going to shoot. Double attack. You are lacking the speed, but I kind of have to go for a strong move. It's just a counter. I don't actually want to go into that, but I guess I have to. 14 is good enough. Let's just avoid that for now. It's going to hit a whole ton of targets, and you know what? How about we use a spider? That is going to put her sanity into the negatives. But it would quite possibly kill a couple of these enemies, which in contrast is probably worth it. It's not. Pretty sure they're about to run out of allies as well. So it's definitely helps out. So let's see. Oh, Kira. Yeah. As I said, Kira doesn't need our help. Kira doesn't need our help. And Ryoshu as well. Ryoshu's just wiping the floor with them. Multiple staggered enemies. Can they survive it? Technically speaking, it has 0 sanity. It could have missed, but it didn't. And we got a double critical 69. Lovely. Quite lovely indeed. Okay, let's just finish them off. There we go. Number 1. The big claw comes around. Number 2. And that's it. Okay. Wasn't so bad, huh? Definitely wasn't so bad. This is still really, really scary though. Wouldn't want to run into that again. Huh. Well, it is only the first door. And pendants are already beyond expected levels. I swear, I thought it was it for me back there. Events of this nature won't be frequent. We were merely besieged by ill luck. Ill luck, you say? If you had just listened to me and picked another door, we wouldn't have gotten cooked like that in the first place. Like, why even drag me into this if you aren't going to trust me in the first place? You're such weirdos. We would have opened it all at the end of the day. So SD. SD? What's that now? Same difference. Again, why shorten it like that? Just say da or something. Or just spell it out and say it was anticipated. That's VA. Huh? Oh, good work everyone. The Wayfarers does have a team dedicated to this sort of task. But the morality rate is quite high indeed. Honestly, I was bracing myself for the worst there. The odds of completing the first door of an exhibit without any sort of casualties were under 15%. This, by all measures, counts as a flawless expedition. Tapping away at his device, Alan addressed us with an impeccable smile. He seems totally different from the same man who had manhandled Kira with the fist to her face. As I said, that smile is too nice. It's probably fake. Maybe he has perfected the art of treachery. Others would be proud. But those VII won't really be able to cross over anymore with the door completely locked down like that, right? That cannot be asserted with certainty. What do you mean with that? Are you saying that they could come after us? The corridors and back doors have always been the ring's turn clock. And those frozen beasts have endured as a long-standing faction within the ring. Oh. If they got that much of a history, they must have known many back doors as well, both the origin and destinational points. Alan was clarifying what Ryoshu was hinting at. Yes, compared to them, we lack sufficient knowledge of alternative routes, which makes it difficult to prevent any sort of future infiltrations. There's no need to concern yourself over much. Even if that were to be the case, it is unlikely that they would move on to the House of Spiders so soon. Eh? They could always just rush for a surprise attack though! Are you sure that we should be so laid back about it? Even that VII Maestro seemed to lack clear intel on the event that took place at the House of Spiders. If so, it follows that they will need some time to assess and deliberate about the situation around here. The situation? The logical scope of their concern will be identifying the organization that has secured the House of Spider, the possibility of additional traps beyond the back doors, and the like. True. Also, once all backdoor-related products tied to the House of Spiders are complete, the resulting security framework should be able to prevent and block any infiltrational attempts. This operation is more important than I thought. Once we have secured this whole building, we can investigate it further, right? That aside, why couldn't I draw the blades? Is it the new Scarab's fault or something? Probably. Ryoshu lifts the sheathed sword with an irritating frown. And that's when I felt a faint vibration. The blade was twitching, ever so slightly. It was twitching? That quivering, most faint. That has been seen by all, indeed. Huh? Damn, I saw it too! Is it possessed or something? No, I think ARAYA is currently holding on to that sword with all her might. Oh no. Looks like I wasn't the only one who saw the sword twitch, as though it wasn't pleased at all with how Ryoshu was talking about the scarab. Yeah. Ryoshu's gaze lingers on the sword, before slowly shifting towards the back doors. Could it be that seeing the scarab brought back some memories of ARAYA? Ryoshu, Do you perhaps... Is it an SS? What? A demon edge? An enhanced blade or something? Which is it? Are you having fun? No? It's probably neither of those. Nor is it any sort of a sentient sword. This presents a fine opportunity to conduct another experiment on the sword. Excuse us for a moment, Team Leader Alan. Oh, please feel free to go ahead. The attack just now damaged some of our devices, so we're going to have to perform some maintenance before continuing. There's plenty of other works for me to do while you're waiting. Alright. So, are we going to return to the headquarters research facility then? No, that won't really be necessary. There's actually a facility here that should prove more than adequate. This? Are you talking about the workshop? I mean, technically speaking, they have a workshop around here in order to craft all of these arts. Technically speaking. Seems to be the case. Relics and design. Alright. Hohenheim has brought us what looks like a research lab, lined with cable, rows of screens, and diagrams full of complex symbols and shapes. I didn't know there was a place like this in House of Spiders. We probably brought the stuff with us, didn't we? This definitely doesn't look like anything that they would prepare. Huh. This is a forward base constructed by Limbus Company, following operational Spider prior. It did not exist prior to the House's fall. It is intended for additional backdoor investigation and research into irregular phenomena observed during the operation. Irregular phenomena? An example. Research subjects such as a spatial analysis of the correlation between the emergence of Sinner 11 sign and the manifestation of possible future. Ah! Looking around, I spotted Sinclair and a group of researchers surrounding him. Oh no! The same people who had dragged him off. Oh, Ismail is here as well. And Rodion, Heathcliff and Otis. Are they all trying to bodyguard the little guy? He could definitely need all the help that he can get. They were accompanied by a gaggle of Sinner who had tagged along with either watching the show or killed some time where they took a breather after work. Hohenheim, how long will the examination take? With Sinclair's biometric assessment concluded, the analyzer device should be available for the relic now. Which means that it should be finished in an hour from now, at the very least. Hour! The scarab rebelled again in the mention of an hour. She doesn't have time for that! I don't really know why or how, but the way that it sways almost feels like a child is trembling. Or she doesn't like that. It's moving again. Come along, Ryoshu. I expect you will want to witness the procedure as well. Fine. Ryoshu and Hohenheim headed off to the site. The examination was probably going to start immediately. Guess it's time to get Sinclair then. But wait. I was making my way towards Sinclair, was getting bombarded with questions, when an unexpected figure behind the pillar has caught my eyes. Vespa! Ah! It was Vespa Krapro, with a big piece of paper covered in crooked handwriting tapped on his back. What? Snack thief? Oh no! Ah, Mensa! Sharon Snacks! Mr. Stingybean ate all of them! How could you? I'm sorry, but I think there's been some misunderstanding here. Very! Kick his ass! Oh god. Not only is this matter not worth pointing fingers over, but Sharon also shared some of the responsibility for leaving them out on the table unattended. Still, I would prefer you exercise more care next time, or you'll put me in a tough spot here. I understand. Sharon? Sharon, Super Sogi Mode has been engaged! Not talking for half a day! Deploying the super fast bitter candy. Beep beep! Mode disabled. I'm fine now. I'm not sure if this is an appropriate request, but may I remove the paper from my back now? It is a little inconvenient for me. Sharon forgives this time. Next time there will be no mercy. Best make sure that she doesn't listen to that radio channel again. Did she get the idea from there? Merchants look on with an inscrutable expression as Sharon peered the snack thief sign of Vesper's back. Make sure to remember this as well, so I don't have to think I'm burning through what little candy chances I have left on such a trivial nonsense. Candy chances? What's that now? Well, thank you. Vesper gave a polite thanks, but he was already picking something off another plate and stuffing it into his mouth. What are you doing? Wait a minute! I was saving that for later! Dentist just had to call me over! I assumed you were being picky as well. Well, now you know! Yet I still see you gobbling up my shares! Oh, he took my snacks too, Vert! Kick his ass! Rodion? Romanchwitschi? I am aware that half of the total snack budget allocated to each stitcher is being funneled into your snacking expense. And now you're raiding the LCE supplies as well? Whoa? Hey, chills! That's totally been agreed upon, okay? At least nobody disagreed. Besides, that's that and this is this, right? Oh man. The lines of Virgil's brow look steeper than usual today. Hoping to help him out of this endless cycle of snack-related headaches, and to satisfy my own nagging curiosity, I'd renew our guide and broke his brooding silence with my TikToks. Right. So, did we learn anything about Sinclair's sign today? Dante's inquiring about the outcome of the research in the sign. Well, I've heard from the researchers, but nothing of particular significance came out of it. Observation of the sign has so far been limited to 2 individuals, the manager and Sinclair. Due to the limited access of the phenomenon, the only variable information has so far been existence. But we also have a sign? Well, that's good to know. Huh. Reaching that which cannot be observed is bound to be difficult. Faust does have a point. Aside from Sinclair, none of the sinners can actually see the sign. And the same would go for the researchers as well. Even Sonia said only a few selected people could possibly perceive it. If there are more individuals bearing the sign, there would be a wider pool for comparative analysis of statistics sample to narrow down the scope. However, records indicate no suitable reference exists. At present, the research effort is limited to reducing variables such as whether or not the irregular phenomenon are tied to the location where the battle took place. By individual bearing the sign, do you mean people like Damien and Sanson? Oh, hey, wait! Then could those guys do what Sinclair did? Pulling in some kind of superpower future self and just break everything apart? Maybe. You know, even Sonia? I should step in and put an end to the subject before Rodia gets any bluer than that. He doesn't really like to talk about Sonia. I don't really think so. From what Ishmael and Faust reported back then, right. Sinclair from the future said that each sign carries a different power, I think. Yeah. Maybe, you know, those layers of light rings that Damien used to finish off Roma, or Sanson's dragging us into a story. Maybe those are their special powers. True. That does seem plausible, but none of that is information that we can confirm yet. Correct. As you have stated, any discussion of the subject would not venture beyond the realms of wild speculation. Nothing has yet been proven yet. Ergo, fear would be an unnecessary response at the present. True. This is at best grounded in supposition, but it would seem that the researchers are coaxing forth a hypothesis from the vestiges left in the wake of Sinclair's future self. Or that bit about the sign maybe being some singularity or whatever, right? The precise position of the hypothesis was the fundamental principle of the sign's working, maybe equivalent to those of singularities and realms. But as no action-able evidence was obtained from Sinclair, there is presently no means by which this hypothesis may be validized. See, then nothing came out of them dragging around Sinclair for the researcher. They scared for nothing. You also thought I was being dragged off as well, huh? But still, let it happen anyways. No, I mean, yes, but, I'm kidding. Just thought I'd try to get along with the mood. Oh. The old Sinclair wouldn't have even thought to joke around like that. It's really changed lately. For the better, I think. Oh yes, indeed. So, did anything happen that we should be worried about? I stuck close to him just in case. Nothing really serious came up. Just took some blood, a simple skin sample. Oh, and they were also checking if the sign reacted to electrical simulation. I was shocked. Yeah, and I had to fill out some questionnaires too. Things like, please describe what you remember from the battle exactly as it happened, or list the sensations you felt when you regained your consciousness. And your memories of that moment have yet to return, right? No, I don't know if they ever come back actually. Faust said they only exist within my future self. So... wait, but for my future self to even have those memories, shouldn't I carry them in the first place? You know, for which comes first? No, because if you knew parts about the future, that would change the future and create all sorts of paradox. So in that regard, the future self remembering events from the past is more plausible and safer in the process. It? Definitely. A paradox, it would seem. In such a case, that Sinclair is merely one branch amongst many possible futures. If the future unfurls into boundless branches by means of ceaseless perfection, then the body of information that constituted a certain future would scatter into grains from more fleeting than dust, to diminish to ever revert their course and trace their path back to the self that now exists. Is that the theory suggests? Huh? Not a certainty, but a plausible interpretation. Okay. And here you go again. More of that nonsense only you not understand. Oi, memory or not, that future guy still came out of him, didn't he? Then some part of him got to be left in there somewhere as well, like muscle memories or whatever. Perhaps he can still pull off some of those tricks from back then as well. Maybe. Wait, tricks from back then? Heard you kicked off proper out there. Even pulled out that trick that you picked up from that, plastered old cheeser, right? Cheeser? Oh, not just that. He was using that Wang technique quite effortlessly as well. Right, the rings. What? That glowing ring thing too? Yep, the glowing ring thing. He had two of them coiling around his weapon. I used the glowing ring thing? Yes, you did! Huh. This is the first time I hear anything about that. Alright, so what exactly is that glowing ring thing? Can anybody explain? Maybe some sort of technique that enhances physical capabilities? I mean, I guess that flashy aura that makes them really tough, one part of it at least. But there's gotta be more to that, right? I don't know. Maybe a secret finger thing that they pass down to their members. Techniques, gear, something like that. By looking at it, the Black Conway leader, that Li Heng prick, and the nurse father that we fought, a whole lot of them were rings, weren't they? True. The notion seems to unravel for even amongst the LCD, there were those who came to wield it. Virtuous too. So what? Only the proper hard badass can use it? Some pop top-end tricks? Is that it? Without anyone in particular prompting it, the sinners slowly turned their gaze towards Virtuous and Vesper. Maybe you guys could explain the rings? I only learned to wield it from my team leader too. I have a sensible understanding of Shin, but I can claim nothing too profound. However, what I can spare are some rumors, though they are all without proper sources. Rumors? They circulate amongst elite fixers and associated leaderships. That there exists a power called Shin, capable of enhancing the body without having to pay expensive upkeep costs. Oh, a rumor amongst fixers, you say? Yes, even the technique they manifested. How-to tips, really, spread through hearsay. Oh yeah, that tracks! That super rookie column in the latest Mac bonus video. Bro was really popping off with it. Straight up aura farming with a shiny Mac wrapping around their weapons. Huh? It must be that my eyes are yet to be privy to seeing such a marvel in a video then. Wait, are you serious? It was literally in the latest issue! Literally on the videotape in the back! Maybe you've missed it. Maybe it was confiscated and we don't really have much time to watch series. Right on. Videotape? Or maybe she's too old for this stuff. She doesn't know what videotapes are. Alas, for many a week have I been stranded from Medphi, ravaging me of a chance to read not only prior chronicles, but the latest one as well. Woe is me. When I return, I shall feast through the night upon those noble exploits of adventuring fixers. As Dawn dramatically spirals into a state of utter dejection, Otis cuts into the conversation, her gaze narrowing with suspicion. From what I recall, the mantle of Shin grants its user a high degree of physical enhancements. There's no such thing as reinforcement without supplies though. No power of that magnitude comes without an equally cost to wield it. It's true. That power relies on emotion and will for manifestation. Its outcomes is not consistent like prosthetic and argumentations. And depending on how it is used, the consequence it demands can reach levels comparing to that of the ego that you use. What you mean to say is, it excels a toll upon the mind. I can walk you through the fundamentals if you like, if you want to use it. From what I've observed, it appears to be a technique reserved for those of considerable strength. At our current level though, is it not unreasonable to assume that we could make use of it? It's true, but at the very least we could try it. Learn the basics, right? Well, regarding that, our team leader has been conducting intensive research. And according to her, physical strength itself has little bearing on one's ability to learn and wield Shin. As the Yellow Harpoon has said, it is in essence a power that can be learned by almost anyone, providing they know the proper method of training. Vesper's brows visibly twitched the moment the Yellow Harpoon has left Virtuous' lips. He's not used to that name yet. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's a big fan of its own title now. You know, the Harpoon thing. Oh well. It does fit though, I think. He's got those yellow stripes on his clothes as well, and he uses a harpoon too. Can I really argue with that? No. If I were to exaggerate, even Sinner Yiseng's pre-contract self could manage to learn it. Wow! Why must this self of mine be chosen as a point of comparison? I know that he's the weakest, but still! Well, because you're the wimpiest of us all! Heathcliff! Don't let it get to you! Aww. Even so, it would be a mistake to assume it's a power anyone can grasp with ease. As long as you are bound by contracts as sinners, your ability to wield it will be severely limited. Why is that? And yes, you rely on particular identities or come upon an extraordinary circumstances. Oh, that's just a shame then. It would have been so useful. Hey, then what about me? Can I learn it too? Kira, who had been fidgeting with her fingers, raised an arm and asked her as though she couldn't really hold the question back any longer. Come to think of it, the middle nurse father didn't use any shin or mei. Papa never taught me how to use it. He always said I could get stronger without a stupid crutch like that. That's probably because he never learned it in the first place, so he couldn't teach it either. That guy's a prick. It wasn't that he didn't teach you. He just couldn't. He was a man who probably had never once reflected upon his own sins. A piece of trash like him would be incapable of even comprehending such a power in the first place. Oh, the stabs. But she knows that it is true. Vesper's response always comes back, dripping with venomous hatred, whenever the conversation turns to the topic of the fingers. Kira must have noticed this too, or perhaps she simply couldn't find the right words to push back. Either way, she held her tongue, her expression settling into a blend of frustration and something that looks a little too close to sadness. Well, if you want to reduce it to a yes and no question, then yes, you would be able to learn it with the odds in your favor. That is, assuming that the company decides to tolerate your continued existence. Is that a smile? Oh, he's smiling! Why are you all teasing her like that? I already said that I get it. As it stands, you're nothing more than a pending case of disposal, closer to a threat than you are to an ally, strictly speaking. Don't get comfortable because the Mensch and the sinners treat you with leniency. Step out of line and you will be the one who pays the price. There was nothing in what Ryoshu said that I could argue with. I mean, we can protect her for a while, but once we leave, she will be all alone. Kira had been a member of the House of Spider. She murdered scores of LTE's researchers as well. It's true. It left us with plenty of memories we would rather not revisit. For now, we're just working together, not contesting. The decision doesn't mean that we have no hard feelings towards her. Leaving Kira alone with her thought, the sinners slipped back into their own business. Snacks and a chatter in conversation about whatever has happened around the LCE. The examination has concluded. I suppose it won't be an issue to let you hear the results as well. Before we knew it, Hohenheim and Ryoshu has returned.